A little earlier this morning, we talked to Stephen Payne. He is the spokesman for Feld Entertainment, the parent company of Ringling Brothers, Barnum Bailey Circus. And I began by asking Mr. Payne about the condition of those performers.
Well, right now the best information we have is all the performers have received medical treatment at the hospital in Providence and have been resting comfortably. Again, we're pleased that though their injuries were serious, none of them appear to be life-threatening. And the thoughts and prayers of everyone with the circus family are with those performers and their families at this time.
Mr. Payne, had there been any problems with this act, any of the apparatus involved in this act in the past?
Not to my knowledge. Again, all of the material that goes into one of these performances, all of the rigging are materials we bring with us to every single show, every single city we go to, and it's inspected every single time it's put up. To my knowledge, we've had no reports of any problems with any of this rigging in the past.
Something failed terribly. Do you have an indication at this moment that something simply broke? And what about safety procedures? What about a backup rigging that might have prevented this?
Well, again, we've never had any problems with this particular rigging in the past. Again, all of the safety procedures that we have in place are to make sure that our performers are safe, not just our performers, but also our crew and all of our patrons. Again, it's too early to tell. We're only less than 24 hours into the investigation, but we do hope that we're able to find out what happened yesterday so we can take steps to make sure that it never happens again.
And investigating not only that piece of apparatus, but will there be a top-to-bottom safety review for all of the acts in that show?
There will be a top-to-body safety review of all the acts in that show and all the acts on all three of our circus units.
That was Stephen Payne, who is the spokesperson for Feld Entertainment. You know, it's interesting. You've got these massive pieces of apparatus, that one supporting a huge amount of weight. We have lights in our studio, and what they do is they clamp onto bars, but then there's a safety cord that goes around the bar as well that's supposed to stop it from falling. If that clamp fails, it doesn't appear that we had, or at that circus, that the safety mechanism worked, if it was even attached.
It's terrifying. And of course, the circus, the whole point is to have these death-defying acts and to create that excitement. But there's always the assumption that the safety is there. Imagine little kids watching that and how horrible that must have been for them.
Again, most importantly, none of the injuries appears to be life-threatening.
Yeah, which we're happy to report.